The movie kicks off in the vastness of space, where the shattered remains of the USS Nostromo drift silently. A probe from the Weyland-Yutani Corporation detects something among the wreckage, traces of a xenomorph. A group of researchers retrieves what's left of the creature, taking it back for further examination. On the Jackson Star mining colony, we meet Rain Carradine, an orphan working alongside her android companion, Andy, a malfunctioning synthetic she treats as her brother. Rain's attempts to escape her grueling mining contract are crushed when she learns it's been extended by another 6 years. Frustrated, she watches helplessly as a group of delinquents roughs up Andy, forcing her to repair him once again. Shortly after, Rain receives a mysterious video message from her ex-boyfriend Tyler, asking her to bring Andy along for a covert mission. Rain and Andy head to Tyler's hideout, where they reunite with his sister Kay, their cousin Bjorn, and the team's pilot, Navarro. The plan? Break into an abandoned Weyland-Yutani ship to steal cryostasis pods that could safely take them to the distant planet Ivaga, a 9-year journey. Andy is crucial to their plans since his design, courtesy of Wei Yu, allows him to access the ship's systems. Rain hesitates, worried about the risks and concerned about Andy being used for something dangerous, but Tyler eventually persuades her to join the crew. The team boards a mining vessel called the Corbelan and flies above Jackson Star, skimming the surface of the sun as they make their way to the derelict station, which is split into 2 sections, Romulus and Remus. Tyler, Bjorn, and Andy go in search of the cryopods while Rain tends to Kay, who is suffering from nausea. Rain soon realizes Kay is pregnant, but Kay begs her not to tell Tyler. During their search, Bjorn's hostility toward Andy becomes apparent. Navarro explains to Rain that Bjorn harbors a grudge against synthetics because his mother died in a mining accident where an android chose to sacrifice her to save a dozen other miners. When the team finally locates the cryopods, they discover there are only 5, and there's only enough fuel for 3 years of cryostasis. Worse still, there's a strict no synthetics rule on Ivaga, meaning Andy was never intended to make the trip. As they explore further, Andy saves Bjorn from falling into a massive pit, and the group stumbles upon the top half of another synthetic. They press on, only to find themselves trapped in a room as the ship goes into lockdown. Meanwhile, a wall full of frozen facehuggers begins to thaw. Rain and Navarro race to rescue the guys while Kay rests. They find the synthetic, which briefly reactivates before Rain removes its module to use as a replacement for Andy's. Tyler installs the new module, and Andy reboots. Just then, the facehuggers start leaping into the water, with one nearly latching onto Bjorn's face. Rain tries to break the door open while Andy springs back to life, just in time to save Tyler from another facehugger. The group manages to escape, but not before a facehugger attaches itself to Navarro. Desperate to save Navarro, the crew hooks up the dead synthetic, Rook, managing to bring him back online. Rook delivers grim news. They're all but doomed as they're about to face a xenomorph. He points out the remains of one xenomorph, the same creature that attacked the Nostromo and was ejected into space by Ripley. The researchers on Romulus discovered it was still alive and barely managed to kill it, but its acidic blood destroyed what was left of the ship. Rain suggests freezing the facehugger's tail to remove it from Navarro. The plan works, and Navarro regains consciousness, but Rook warns that the worst is yet to come. Bjorn and Navarro make a desperate dash back to the Corbelan. As they run, Navarro begins to feel sick and uses an X-ray flashlight, revealing that a chestburster is forming inside her, a horrifying sight that Kay also witnesses. Navarro collapses, foaming at the mouth, and the creature violently bursts out of her chest, killing her in front of a horrified Kay. In her death throes, Navarro accidentally kicks a lever, causing the Corbelan to crash into the Romulus's hangar bay, setting the station on a collision course with Jackson Star asteroid belt, with less than an hour before impact. Meanwhile, Rain and Tyler head to the hangar as Rook engages Andy in a conversation about their shared objectives as Wei Yu synthetics. Andy eventually rejoins Rain and Tyler, and they try to raise the station's temperature, hoping it will make them less detectable to the xenomorphs. Upon entering the hangar, they discover the bodies of the Romulus crew. While Kay and Bjorn attempt to find a way out, During their escape, they encounter the xenomorph that emerged from Navarro. Bjorn tries to fend it off with a cattle prod, but the creature's acidic blood begins to eat away at him, burning through his skin until a larger glob finally drops onto his chest, ending his life. As Kay contacts Tyler, the xenomorph closes in on her. She manages to reach the others just outside the hangar, but Andy realizes that the creature wants them to open the door so it can kill them all, and he refuses to help Kay. Despite Rain's desperate pleas, which inadvertently reveal to Tyler that Kay is pregnant, the xenomorph drags Kay away. Rain, devastated, slaps Andy in frustration, but soon feels guilty for doing so. Now fully aligned with Wei Yu's interests, Andy leads Rain and Tyler to a lab where they discover a human-alien DNA mixture dubbed the Prometheus strain. They watch a video of an experiment on a sickly rat, showing the mixture healing it. Andy arms Rain and Tyler with M41 pulse rifles, preparing them for the impending xenomorph threat. However, they miss the video's chilling conclusion, which shows the rat mutating into a grotesque rat-xenomorph hybrid. As they make their way through the station, they find Kay cocooned by the xenomorph, still alive but unconscious. Tyler, desperate to save her, almost injects her with the DNA mixture, but Rain stops him, urging him to get Kay back to the ship instead. Just then, the xenomorph ambushes them, killing Tyler by driving its secondary mouth through his face. Rain manages to get Kay to safety, instructing her to return to the ship while she goes back for Andy. But after Rain leaves, Kay injects herself with the DNA mixture. Rain finds Andy and removes his module to restore his original personality, but Rook warns them that escape is futile. As they start to lose hope, Rain devises a plan to shut off the station's gravity just as a swarm of xenomorphs closes in on them. As they float in zero gravity, Rain opens fire on the aliens, but the acidic blood begins to splatter everywhere, putting her in grave danger. Using the recoil of her rifle, Rain propels herself away from the acid and eventually reaches safety. She and Andy then ascend in the elevator, but as gravity returns, Rain starts to fall. The main xenomorph catches her with its tail, but Andy swoops down and kills the creature with Tyler's rifle, delivering the iconic line, "Get away from her, you bitch," before rescuing Rain. Rain and Andy make it back to the Corbelan, where Kay is waiting, just as the Romulus begins its descent into the asteroid belt. Rook makes one last attempt to convince Andy to follow Wei Yu's orders and return with a sample. But Andy and Rain ignore him as the station is destroyed along with Rook. As they head towards Avaga, Rain places Kay in a cryopod, but Kay's vitals begin to fail as the DNA mixture takes its toll on her pregnancy. Kay's stomach rapidly swells, and she experiences an excruciating birth, producing an egg-like pod containing a human xenomorph hybrid. Rain tries to remove the egg, but its acidic surface causes it to slip through the grates. She rushes to arm herself and get help, but when she returns, she finds Kay dead, her chest torn open by the fully grown creature, a horrifying hybrid that resembles the engineers. The creature has also gravely injured Andy. With the ship's temperature plummeting, Rain dons a spacesuit and tries to detach the cargo pod from the ship, as the damage from the hybrid's birth is sending them toward the asteroid belt. As she attempts to pull the levers, the hybrid attacks her, and the two are locked in a deadly struggle outside the ship. In a last-ditch effort, Rain uses her harness to pull the final lever, sending the cargo pod and the monstrous hybrid into the asteroid belt, where they are obliterated. Exhausted, Rain places Andy in a cryopod. Before entering stasis herself, she records one final log, expressing her uncertainty about what awaits them on Avaga, but with a sense of determination that she can face whatever challenges lie ahead. So, what did you think of this movie? Leave it in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe for more movie recaps. See you in the next video.